I'm going to do in the shop today, well, my neighbor has asked me to make a dog bed out of pallet wood for her. So I went down to the local Wyandotte Electric where they ship in electric parts, and I got 2 skids. First thing I'm going to do is start dismantling these skids. So I'm going to get me a crowbar and a hammer, start taking them apart, start making a dog bed. So what I know is my dog bed is going to be 36 inches. So instead of pulling these apart and busting all these up, which is probably going to happen, I'm just going to take my saber saw right along these 2x4s here, right here, and I'm going to cut these on each side. That way I only have to pull out the nails in the middle section. So I'm just going to use this as a guide. I'm not really going to draw a line or nothing. Do the same on the other side, then I'll start pulling them apart. So now with them cut on both sides, I can kind of wiggle them around a little bit and loosen up them center nails. And I'm hoping that that will help me be able to get these out without breaking them up. There we go. See, that did work. Just take your time, pull them skids apart. I'm going to continue taking apart this whole skid now, just like that. And we're going to go from there. I don't have no plans for this. I'm just doing it in my head, alright? Okay, with them being cut out, now I have these little pieces left here. I take my, I'm just using a little crowbar right now and a hammer. And I'm going to pull them all off. Because I'm going to use these pieces of wood for the ends of my dog bed. So just like that, you can see how all these little pieces are coming off. Alright, I got the one side done, as you can see. Now I'm going to do the same exact thing to the other side once I flipped it over. Remember, in the shop, never wear flip-flops because you could really smash your toe. Now, flip-flops are one of the things I will never wear in the shop. Just kidding, of course. I always wear flip-flops in the shop. Okay, I have the skid all broke down. Now all that's left to do is take out them center nails. Got the heads poking out a little bit on that side now. You only have to have them poking out a little bit. One out, 2 out. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of them, and I'll have me a bunch of boards like this. Alright? That's one skid took apart. I'm going to do the same thing, cut these right on the edge, each side, take it all apart and do it again. Now that took me about 20 minutes to do the first one, so let's see if I can do 20 minutes on the second one. Alright, we got them all broke down. Took me about a little over a half hour to break them down. So now we got all the wood for free for making our dog bed. And this is what the neighbor wanted, was skid wood. So she's going to paint it when they're done. So next thing I'm going to do is cut some of them to size, and then I'm going to sand everything down with just 80 grit just to get all of the slivers and everything off of it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making my base before I sand anything. So I'm going to take these middle pieces that I broke out, and I'm going to cut them at 24 inches. 3 pieces at 24 inches. Okay, with those being done, now I'm going to cut 3 of my planking pieces at 3 foot, 36 inches. And that will be the bottom part. Okay, I got the 3 cut for the bottom. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut, I think, 5 for the top. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And see how they space out and look. So I'm going to cut 5 more pieces at 36. Alright, with everything cut, it looks like a skid again. Only I downsized it from a bigger one. Still skid wood and all that good stuff. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 80 grit sandpaper and I'm going to sand all these pieces around the edges over so all the dirt and everything's gone. So when she paints it, it'll be easier. And then I'm going to think of maybe a little fancier headboard on the back and some sides up here so she can put a cushion on there and it won't be sliding off and everything. Alright, all my main planks are sanded down. Now I'm doing my main runners. I only have 3 of them. And all I'm trying to do is knock this dirt off, okay? I got 80 grit on there. So you're going to do it just like that, then round all the corners and everything. Get all them burrs off there. That's what I'm after on this. It doesn't take long to sand these, and the nice thing is I don't have to finish it. The neighbor's going to finish it, so that's nice. Alright, I'm going to get to sanding these guys. Alright, so far, there it is. I haven't glued or nailed anything together, but I took one big ass skid and made a smaller skid. But that's going to be a dog bed. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do the rest of it, but I'm going to start making the headboard and everything once I nail this thing together. Alright guys, what makes projects like these fun is you don't have to be perfect with all your measurements. I just laid these skid pieces on here. I didn't measure anything. I just laid them on there, eyed them up, made them look good. And now I'm just going to take a little line on each one so I know where to put my glue as I go along. Just like that. Because you don't want to get your glue all over where it's not supposed to be. So make a little line. Be neat about it. Just that quick, okay? Real light. Like I said, it's going to be painted so nobody's going to see them lines anywhere. Then I'm going to use 1 1/4" brad nails. Just like this. Stick them in my gun. Just like that, if you got a gun. If you don't, you can use a hammer and nail. But I've gotten so used to using these, I love it. Just like that. And then just this quick, I'm only going to nail one down with you watching. Just put some glue on there. Don't put a shitload on there because you don't want it squeezing out all over. Just a little bit, that's all you need. Put it down. Just like that. I'm going to start my nail. I got my ends all nice and even. 2 nails in each one. That's it. Now I'm going to continue on doing this. Okay, I got the top ones all nailed in. As you can see. Now I'm going to just flip it over and I'm going to space these bottom ones out and do basically the same thing. And now I start thinking in my head how I'm going to do that little headboard for this little doggy. Alright. Okay, for my headboard, I'm going to want to nail some uprights here of this skid wood to make my headboard with slats. So what I'm going to do is take one of the main runners from my old skids that I tore apart, and I'm going to fit it in here for a filler. That way I have something to nail my slats to. So I'm going to go over to the sander, sand this one down a little bit. Then I'm going to cut it on the radial arm saw so it fits right in these little places here. Okay, we got our inserts done. I'm going to just plop them in there. I'm not even going to glue them because I don't want to be smearing glue all over while I'm trying to get them in there. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Okay, You can see it's a little floppy. When I flip it over though, I'm going to put nails on the other side. It'll be fine. I'm going to nail this one in. Then we're going to start figuring out that headboard. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is take a couple planks like this, a little bit higher though. I'm going to go all the way across the back. Then I'm going to put a strip on each side on the top and then a top layer on it. And I think that's going to look pretty cool. So I'm going to go right now and I'm going to sand down some of these. And then I'm going to cut them to the lengths that I want. And we'll see what we can do with that. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to square up these ends right here. I'm just going to take a quick cut. Like that. So that's the plywood. Now I set this up here for 9 inches because that's how high I'm going to want my headboard to be. Alright, I'm going to cut some more, and then I'm going to sand all the edges on here just to make sure there's no burrs on it. Just like that. Alright guys, remember this is a skid wood project. And the fun part about that is there's not a whole lot of measuring's got to be done. So I'm going to line my pickets up right on the back. I'm going to go along like this. I'm going to put a spot of glue on them. Just like that. I'm going to take my nail gun with the 1.5 brad, or 1.25 brads. Put 3 in that one. The glue's going to help hold it. Now I'm going to go right to the center, right here. Put a little glue on it. You can see what I'm doing right there. See that? Put it up there. We'll do the same thing. 3 nails would be good. Once that glue sets up, it ain't going nowhere. Now I'm going to space these by eye, just about like that. Okay, that looks pretty dang good. Put some glue on that. Oh, I'm going to put that down. See that? That's a pretty rough area there, so I'm going to put that on the down side. Respace them again. That looking good? I think it looks pretty good. We don't want nothing perfect because it's a skid wood dog bed. A little glue. Alright. Do the same with this one. And then I'm going to go along and finish it off here, okay? Alright, what do you think of that? Look alright? Now what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to take another plank and I'm going to cut it in half, put one side on each side of these pickets, and that will be our headboard. I think that's going to look pretty good, and then I'll cut another piece and put on the top, cover it all up, sand it all down good, and I think that'll be good. I was going to put sides on it, but I'm thinking I might not do that. I might just let that dog be able to move out on each side as he wants to. Okay, we got that. I got the top rail all sanded down now. Now I think I'm going to rip this on the table saw. I think I'm going to go 1.5 or 1.25. So I got to move everything out of the garage to hook up the table saw, or I'll be getting dust all over that and I will get myself in trouble. That's one strip at 1 inch. Cut another one. going to do is take these 1-inch strips with the cut side going up, the side that I cut on going up. Okay, I'm going to square up these ends, and I'm going to make it measure from one end all the way over to the other end here. I'm going to cut both of them like that, put one on each side like that. Alright, I'm taking a chance here with you guys watching me gluing this. I got a little bit of dab of glue on each one of these, just a little dab if you can see it, that's all. Not for me to clamp these together without dropping them. It would be a wonderful thing. Cool, I did it. I'm going to clamp the other ones on there and then I'm going to start nailing it on. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put 2 nails in each post and on each side. So I'm going to go along just like that. I'm going to be getting each side just like that. Okay, I'm going to go along and do all of them. Alright, I think it's looking good. What do you guys think? Not bad. Alright, now I'm going to have to make one for the top. So I'm going to end up sanding one more of these down. And I'm going to cut it so it fits. Now that looks mission style, don't it? Man, that's going to be a nice little dog bed. Alright, I'm going to sand this one down and get to it. There we go. Okay, I honestly didn't think I was going to finish this tonight, but I started having fun doing the mission style headrest for a dog. So I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on each post. Not much, because I don't want it smearing all over. You can see what I'm doing, just a little dab. I put a little too much there, I might have to wipe it off. Maybe not. Smear it out with my finger a little bit. Alright. Let's get our cap on there. Just like that. Alright, we'll nail her down. Even up the back and have it hang over on the front. How's that looking? Ha! Crazy. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to tell you guys, if you don't like sanding, again, don't do a project like this. It's a lot of sanding. It took me about 4 hours to do this, and I don't know if I was going to charge someone for this. The wood was free and everything. I'd probably charge 125 bucks, and I'm sure it would sell pretty good. They put a little bed on it and everything. It's going to look pretty cool. What do you think? Alright guys, thanks for watching. Well, I might give you one more shot of it. Hold on. Okay guys, seriously, what do you think? I think that looks pretty good for a skid dog bed. Well, right now I have a fake cat on it because nobody's going to participate in getting their picture took. But I think it looks good. Like I said, I'd probably charge 125 bucks for that. The wood was free and everything. Hey, thank you guys for subscribing. Give me the thumbs up. Tell me what you think of my dog bed. I appreciate it. Thank you all.